Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Hari Om. Havihi is the next name of Lord Shiva. So the next shloka of the Shiva Stotra Shatanamavali Stotram begins with this name. Havir Yajnamaya Somaha Panchavaktra Sada Shivaha Vishveshwaro Veerabhadro Gananatha Prajapatihi. So Havihi means the oblation. In a Vedic sacrifice or a yajna, everyone comes together to propitiate a certain devata or a deity through the fire that is lit. Mantras are chanted and oblations are made. Oblations could be ghee, it could be some payasam. Different oblations are there depending on what type of yajna it is. Here it is said all those oblations are Lord Shiva. One way to understand this is that the Lord is the material cause of the whole universe. Going by the cause and effect, we see that the effect is nothing but cause in another form, like the pot, pitcher, cup, saucer, all of them are mud in another form. Same way, all the material that is available, this entire universe is an appearance of the Supreme Lord. So Havis also is Bhagavan. In the Bhagavad Gita, beautiful shloka is there in 4th chapter. The 24th shloka says, Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. The ladle with which the offering is made is the Supreme Brahman. The offering or the oblation is Brahman. The fire is Brahman. The person who is making the offering also is Brahman. The goal to be reached also is Brahman. And this person would reach that goal when one does this with the attitude that this is an offering to the divine Brahman. And just before we eat food, generally we chant this shloka to say that the food in front of us, we don't just thank the Lord saying, thank you, O Lord, for the food that you have given us. That is no doubt a great emotion to have, where we feel grateful for the food that is there in front of us. But we consider the food in front of us also as divine Lord Himself. Annam Brahmetivya Janat. The Anna, the food that we have is Brahman itself. Because nothing else is there in this universe except Brahman. So the offering, one is the external offering, which is Havis, which is Lord Shiva, where we offer in the fire in a ritualistic yajna. The other is the offering where we eat the food. The Jatharagni is the fire. The food that we eat is the oblation, is the Havis. And hence, we should also be very clear what we take in. Just like in a yajna, we offer only the purest items. Same way, pure, sattvic, nourishing, healthy food is what we take in. In both these, the Havis that is offered in the fire outside for the Devatas, as well as the food that we eat, in both these, the offering is Lord Shiva himself. And it is that Havis which is the source of energy, of strength. When we do the yajnas and make the offerings, chanting the mantras, through the fire, the offerings reach the Devatas and they strengthen the Devatas. And same way, the food when we eat, that food strengthens all of us. And with the Jatharagni, Lord Vaishwanara is in our stomach, who digests the food, assimilates it, and makes us feel strong. So we must remember that the food is divine. All the offerings are Lord Shiva himself, which goes to say that Lord Shiva is the one who energizes all the beings in this world as well as all the devatas and everyone. So the gross beings, subtle beings, everybody is taken care of by Lord Shiva by becoming the very Havis which provides energy and strength by becoming the very Jataragni, which helps to digest the food, by becoming that very Agni outside, which takes the offering to the Devatas. So the Lord nurtures and nourishes the whole creation. There was an interesting joke. A father and a child were sitting with many others and they all are doing Havan. So one of the steps of Havan is Naivedya. So in Naivedya, the father gave a laddu to the child and said that when the Panditji says Swaha, then you offer the laddu. Till then, hold it. So the child was very alert and he was holding, and the mantras are being chanted. And finally, when the priest said Swaha, the child offered, but into his mouth, and he said, Aha. Innocent child. We should generally offer it in the fire only. But in this context, even that food that one takes is Bhagwan only. There's Havan happening inside here and Havan happening outside also. And not only it is that the Havan is happening by the food we take through all our senses. Each of the senses of knowledge have the presiding deities. And Havan is happening in every sense organ. The fire is there burning in every sense organ. That's how the knowledge we get about the objects. The eyes illumine the form, the ears illumine the sound, the nose illumines the smell, the skin illumines the touch, tongue illumines the taste. Each of them are illumining something for us. That capability to illumine is called Deva, to shine, to illumine. So Devatas are not just outside, Yajna is not just happening outside, Yajna is happening every moment here in our body also. And hence all that we take in, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, the sounds that we hear, the objects that we touch, what we smell, what we see, what we taste, everything, all the sense objects, the entire universe is Lord Shiva himself. So this also helps us. So for a seeker, everything is divine. At the same time, one should also be very alert and careful that what helps us to cultivate such bhav of divinity, that we consume. Because as a seeker, it affects our body and the mind, and hence the sattvic food, the sattvic inputs is what we must take. Hence, may we have the right vision towards all the sense inputs, as well as the Havan that we do. May we know that Lord Shiva is all this, and may this objective and subjective Havan to realize the vision of oneness. Everything is Brahman, the fire, the offerings, the ladle, the person who is offering, the result to be achieved, it is all Brahman alone. And that Brahman is Shiva, most auspicious. May we discover that supreme state of Shiva.
Last week I had a dream. A life-size silver Ganesha on the altar. All the puja patra, the ritualistic vessels, all silver. In silver tambal or big vessels, beautiful fresh flowers of different colors, plenty. I and my wife, after a bath, wearing silken dress, fresh, new silken dress, I was sitting and doing the puja, worship. Hi. Lamps, kuttu were burning everywhere, all silver. It's all a beautiful, divine vision there. And the puja is over. And the last item is Karpura. The camphor is lighted and it is shown to the Lord. When I was doing that, na tatra suryo bhadi na chandratarakam nema vidyudo bhadyudo yamagni tameva bhandamanu bhadi. I stopped. Why? In between, she suddenly thought that the agarbatti was not burning, and therefore she stepped on by my side to the front and tried to light up the joysticks. There was a small lamp next to me. That flame caught up the sari. It started burning all over. When I saw that, I removed everything and the rest of the mantra I never chanted. I tried to quieten it and tried to roll her and tried to see that the fire is put out. She was screaming and she's a huge one, it won't be turned. I was trying to turn her in that effort. My silk dhoti also got fire. And the whole thing is fire. In screaming, I got up from my sleep. Now tell me, what was it that I saw? Who was I? Who was my wife? You both were only mind. Your own mind became you and your wife. Good. And who was the flowers? Your own mind became the flowers. And who was the Ganesh? My own mind. Who chanted? My mind. Who worshipped with the flowers? My mind. There is nobody else. My own mind became me and my world and all activities. When will I know it? Not when I am dreaming. The moment I wake up. Today, as a limited ego, you are seeing a world of plurality. And you, the subject, the body, the mind, the intellect, the physical, the mental, and the intellectual personality. The moment you wake up to that state of consciousness, you suddenly realize that I, the individuality, and my world of plurality, all merge and become one with Brahman. From this standpoint of the self, this stanza is written. Where he says, Brahmarpanam, offering, all my offerings are to Brahma. Brahma Havihi, Brahman himself is the ghee that I offer. Brahma Agnau, where am I offering? The fire also is Brahman. Brahmana Hutam, and to whom am I giving? To Brahman. My own mind, lifting my mind as flowers, or chanting my mind, chanting, and I offer it to whom? To my own mind. Similarly, the fire is also in the Vedic culture, Vedic ritual. Brahmarpanam offered to Brahman, by the Brahman. The very offering, the oblation itself is Brahman. And given it to Brahman. Brahmaiva tena gandavyam. By this action, where are you to go? To go to that Brahmic state, that supreme absolute state. Brahma karma samadhina, one who is constantly doing this Brahma karma, the spiritual path. This constantly keeping the mind that there is only one without a second. All the plurality are a disturbance of the higher state of consciousness. Ultimately you come to realize that one infinite essence.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.